Time now for your morning rush. Some New Mexicans say that the last year changed them for the better. A year after the pandemic hit, some people are enjoying the new habits that they picked up during quarantine, like exercising more, writing, and cooking at home. Restaurant owners say that this year helped them to appreciate patio space and the regulars who kept their businesses alive. Teachers say that the pandemic has taught them to teach more efficiently.
Hospitals are going to keep some changes implemented during the pandemic. The CEO at Kristen St. Vincent says they've recognized the need for staff to diversify their skill sets. For example, training nurse assistants to draw blood. Doctors say they have seen more patients opting for care via phone and video calls. They expect to see that trend continue too.
The state is prioritizing people aged 60 and older with at least one qualifying health condition to get the COVID-19 vaccine first. The combination of age and health concerns put this group at an even greater risk of severe complications and death. People are asked to sign up with the state to get notified when a vaccine is ready.
A local professor is weighing in on the impact of the pandemic on the food service industry. Restaurants still have to operate at limited capacity with limited staff. UNM sociology professor Eli Wilson says this could have lasting effects. That's because more workers are forced to start new career paths when their hours are cut or because fewer positions are available.
And today we have a stationary front in eastern New Mexico, keeping moisture there, but very dry air with more fire danger to the west half of the state. By tonight, we will start to see severe ingredients in place with a chance for some strong to severe storms here along that dark green color that will start late tonight and last into early tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Some New Mexicans could start seeing stimulus payments as soon as this weekend. President Biden signed the nearly $2 trillion relief package. That was a day earlier than expected. Well, he signed his sweeping $1.9 trillion relief package into law yesterday. According to the White House, stimulus payments will get it to about 90% of American households.
New Mexico is expecting $1.6 billion from the American Rescue Plan. Some ideas for where the state should spend those funds are $600 million for the state's unemployment fund and $50 million for Medicaid. House Speaker Brian Egolf hopes that lawmakers use part of that money towards roads and continued vaccine efforts.
Two bills enhancing background checks on nationwide gun sales are moving through Congress. The House passed the Enhanced Background Checks Act of 2021 and the Bipartisan Background Checks Act of 2021 yesterday. Well, they work to close loopholes that allow the sale of guns without a background check. Both bills now head to the Senate.
New Mexico lawmakers remain optimistic that recreational cannabis will pass this session. House Bill 12 would legalize recreational marijuana for people 21 and older. Lawmakers have tried to pass similar legislation in the past, but it's been stalled in the Senate. The bill is headed to the Senate Judiciary Committee, where the bill stalled last year.
And our Metro Threat Index is moderate today. We will have some strong winds shaping up this afternoon, gusting between 30 and 40 miles per hour.
Making use of a new program connecting them with advocates by text. CYFD launched the Reach New Mexico program in December. Advocates will answer their questions 24/7 or alert investigators about potential neglect or abuse. CYFD Secretary Brian Blaylock says that they have seen a huge response, especially from older youth.
Despite pushback, the Facebook data center in Los Lunas is heading toward an expansion. Ahead of the Los Lunas Village Council meeting, a petition opposing the project gathered hundreds of signatures. They said there had not been enough time to assess the impact of the project on the community's water supply. However, councilors voted in favor of funding the project.
State police are investigating a deadly shooting in Chamita. Now, they say that this started yesterday when an SUV pulled onto a property along County Road 56. The occupants there told the people in the SUV to get off the property, then reportedly opened fire. A man inside the vehicle was killed, while two other men and a woman were hospitalized.
Tonight, a candlelight vigil is planned for Joseph Hobbs. He's the 11-year-old boy murdered in Los Lunas. Deputies say the boy was shot and killed at a home in Monterey Park last weekend. According to the Journal, the vigil will be held this evening at 6 p.m. at Dennis Chavez Elementary in Los Lunas. The community is welcome to attend.
Now let's get a look at that morning drive. We aren't seeing any accidents or slowdowns on the map, so that's good news. And here's a look at Tracker going east on I-40 at Rio Grande. The roads seeing more traffic now, but still moving along, and the weather is dry.
Some features on the red planet are being named in Navajo. NASA mission members nicknamed landmarks and geological features, so they are working with the Navajo Nation to come up with informal names for parts of the landscape. Navajo Nation President Jonathan Nez and a team of advisors came up with a list of 50 names for the NASA team to start with, and they plan to keep adding more.
Welcome back. On this date in 2006, there was high fire danger across the state, and an emergency flare at a gas plant started a fire that ended up burning 92,000 acres near McDonald and Tatum, thanks to 35 to 45 mile per hour winds, up to 84 mile per hour wind gusts, and of course the very dry conditions. Now, we do have that high fire danger again today. This is an example of what can happen.
Now for the 5 facts. At number 5, local green chili producer Bueno Foods is planning to expand. The company in Varela says that it needs more freezer space to help them meet the growing demand for their chili products. Well, the company is funding its own $10 million project for a new freezer warehouse. They're also asking the Albuquerque Development Commission to help them land a $500,000 LEDA grant. Bueno Foods says the expansion could be finished next year and would add almost 50 new jobs.
On to number 4 now. New Mexico lawmakers say they remain cautiously optimistic that recreational cannabis will pass this session. House Bill 12 would legalize recreational marijuana for people 21 and older. For years, lawmakers have tried to pass similar legislation, but it's been stalled in the Senate. Speaker Brian Egolf says this year that lawmakers are making it a priority to see the legislation through. The bill is headed to another Senate committee where the bill stalled last year.
And at number 3, we do have our next winter storm moving in, and a couple of winter weather advisories and winter storm watches will be in effect. Tomorrow morning, that winter weather advisory begins for the San Juan Mountains. It will last until 6 a.m. Monday morning with 8 to 16 inches of snow possible and locally higher amounts.
On to number 2 now. The state is now giving priority this morning to one group to get vaccinated against COVID-19. People with severe health conditions continue to be eligible for vaccines in the state, but now those aged 60 and older who have at least one qualifying condition are eligible. Health officials say the combination of health issues and age puts that group at even greater risk of COVID complications and death. We do have a list of qualifying conditions at alwayson.krqe.com.
And number 1, health officials are taking a look at how far New Mexico has come. This is just 1 year after the state's first confirmed COVID-19 case. State leaders took a moment to remember the nearly 3,900 New Mexicans who have died from COVID-19. Well, they also looked back at this time last year, explaining that if New Mexico did nothing to stop the spread at that time, there could have been between 80 to 90% population infection and 15,000 deaths. New Mexico is now reporting the lowest 7-day average of cases in 6 months. Dr. Davis Grace would not say if another shutdown is out of the question, but did say that New Mexico is in a good spot.